Good morning, pupils. How are you all doing today? You're welcome to today's class on social studies. I am your host, Mrs. Ajayi. Today we'll be talking about cultural preservation. Culture preservation. Last week I remember telling you about culture, and I said culture is the way people live, their beliefs, and customs. So what is culture preservation? Before we proceed to get to know more about culture preservation, I just want you to know this, that to preserve, from the word preservation, to preserve means to keep. To preserve means to keep. So what's culture preservation? Culture preservation is what we do to keep the important parts of our culture alive for future generations and for those who want to understand us. As cultures are based on beliefs, they are never static. This means it changes over time, especially from generation to generation. This is why culture needs to be preserved. When culture is preserved, people can appreciate and learn from their past and share aspects of their culture with their children and other communities. So I'm very sure your parent would have been giving you some stories about their culture, especially the Yoruba. The reason why you greet the way you greet, that is whenever you greet for the Yorubas, the girls have to kneel down while the boys have to prostrate. And also the reason why some people wear the clothes that they are wearing in a particular culture. So let's proceed to see more on the different ways to preserve culture. The different ways to preserve our culture. One, we have museum. That's a different way we can keep our culture in order for us not to forget about the things that some of our forefathers have learned in the past. So 1, museum. 2, symbols. 3, buildings. 4, fashion or clothing. 5, festivals. So let's get some facts from these ways in which we preserve culture. The museum. People visit museums to explore and learn about different cultures. People visit the museum to explore and learn about different cultures, especially those that may be from the past. Please, I need you to know this about a museum. A museum is a place, because you'll be wondering, what's a museum? A museum is a place, a kind of a building where documents, listen very well, a museum is a place where documents, materials, artifacts, and specimens are stored and displayed. There is a place where documents, materials, artifacts, and specimens, especially those things that has been used in the past. So it's a place where all those things are being stored and displayed so that people can come to see it. All right. So most museums hold special exhibition from time to time. For example, if a museum has an exhibition on the Fulani people, this will mean that those who go to the museum will get to see, understand, and marvel at different aspects of how the Fulani live and how they preserve their culture. You know, the Fulani is one area, they are the particular ethnic group at the northern parts of Nigeria. So when you go to the museum and maybe they're having an exhibition about the Fulani, you get to see so many things about the Fulani people, maybe the instrument they used in the past for wars, or the way they do dress, and some other things about the Fulani people. So right here in this picture, I have a picture about the Badagry slave trade museum. Here, when you go to this particular museum, you get to see how people were being treated in the past, and the materials that were used on them to enslave them. When you want to get more facts about the Badagry Museum, you can browse the net and you get to know more facts about the Badagry Museum. And we also have so many places where all the things in the past are being kept, especially in the National Museum in each state. We have some places where we have some of the things in the past in the museum, in Onikom Museum, and we also have some of them in other museums. We have in the one at Edo State, and other states too. So let's proceed. Symbols. A symbol can refer to an object, picture, mark, or image which has a particular meaning for people. Sometimes people culture can be captured by a single symbol. So I have different pictures here to illustrate what I'm talking about. So these symbols, I said, they can be in form of mark or image. Those mark here, I will be talking about those mark, but let's talk about the image. The first image here is the image of Oduduwa. When you get to see this image, it tells more about the culture of the Yorubas. It talks more about how the origin of the Yoruba people, and it speaks a lot about the Yoruba people. The other one here is the image of the Oba of Benin in Edo State. Here too, this one, it portrays about the culture of the people of the Benin Kingdom and so many things, some other things and facts about the Benin people. So that's for the images. Now for the tribal marks, yes, the tribal mark, yeah, those marks you find on the faces or body of people. You find them on the body of people, you find them on the face. And this tribal mark, I need you to know something. The tribal mark tries to give, it sends a message of one. It sends a message of identification. Tribal mark makes it easy for you to identify that this particular person is from this particular ethnic group. Like this first picture you're seeing here, this tribal mark is trying to show you that, okay, that this person is from Yoruba, from the Yoruba ethnic group. That's for this tribal mark. And two, something about the tribal mark, aside from the identification, people use that in form of decoration. People use the tribal mark in form of spiritual protection. Some also use it during the period of slave trade in order for them to identify their people, especially those that has been taken as slaves. So during the period of the slave trade, when the slaves were being released and they were all coming back home, some people could not get to know, they don't even know the way home. So with this tribal mark on their face, they were able to know that, okay, this particular person is from this particular ethnic group. So that's some of the things for that tribal mark. And put in mind, there's this other picture you're seeing here, this mark on the stomach of this person you're seeing here. It is, as you get to see this more in on the body of those from Edo State. Yes, from Edo State. Based on my research, I learned that they use this for spiritual protection. Aside from spiritual protection, also as a means of identification. So that's for symbols. Buildings. Building also tells a story about our culture. When you see some buildings, it tells you a lot about the culture of some people. The design and the building materials, that's the clay or mud, all help in defining people's culture. So when I'm talking about building, let me give you an example. One where we're having the first story building in Nigeria. The first story building in Nigeria that is located at Badagry. That one also tells more about the colonial period here in Nigeria when the British came to Nigeria. And two, especially the one we're having here in the picture. Two, we have the Emirate building. The Emirate building, the palace at Kano State. The Emirate building. It's a very big building. It's a wonderful structure. It tells about the culture of the people in Kano State. It tells about the picture. You can browse it and you get to see and learn more about buildings. Also, we have fashion clothing. Our clothes and accessory are part of our culture. Clothes can immediately identify you as being from a particular place. Yes, the clothes people don't wear to tell you that, okay, yes, this person is a Yoruba man, or this person is an Hausa man, or is an Edo man, or that man is from South Africa. See the way the woman is dressed. She's having a hat on her head and beads all over. Or you say, oh, that other man is from Ghana State. Yes, from Ghana. I mean, not Ghana State, from Ghana. All this clothing try to tell you the identity of some people. So for the first picture I'm having here, I'm having a man and a woman with a girl here dressed in Ashoke. Ashoke is a fabric that is typical among the Yoruba people. And the other picture here is the Anga fabric. There's the black and white fabric mostly found among the people, the people of Tiv, the Tiv people in Benue State, the Tiv people. That's TIV, the Tiv people from Benue State. So Anga fabric is used by the Tiv in Benue State, and this other fabric here, Kente. The fabric is called Kente. Is you get to is associated with people from Ghana. There's another. We have a particular country in West Africa. We have so many more of this. Festivals. A festival is the celebration of a belief, or religion, culture, or act which usually take place at regular intervals. Example: Eyo Festival is a cultural festival marking the death of kings of Lagos and also celebrated Lagosians. You might be hearing about Eyo Festival. For those that have been going to Lagos, for those of you that do visit Lagos State a lot, when you go to Lagos, there's this particular place you go to in Lagos, you have this Eyo image, especially in Idumota Market. Yes, at Idumota Market, there's this particular image at the market. That's the Eyo image. So that's Eyo Festival is it's a festival that people do to mark the death of the kings. So there's the past kings of Lagos State and other celebrated Lagosians. It's a very big festival, and people do a lot there. And aside from the Eyo Festival, we have the Osun Osogbo Festival. That is the one done in Osun State. We have the Ojudioba Festival. It's a very big and elaborate festival done in Ogun State at Ijebu-Ode. And we have the New Yam Festival. New Yam Festival is most especially found among the people from the southeast, as the Igbos. They celebrate this New Yam Festival a lot, and also among the Yorubas too, and some other states in Nigeria too. So they do celebrate New Yam Festival. That's when people harvest a new yam. That's a yam that has been harvested for that particular year. It's a wonderful, and it's always a great festival being done amongst us in different culture and in different ethnic groups. So that's for festivals, and we have so many other festivals too. So that's all about that. We need you to go through this video again, and you learn more about this, how we can preserve our culture, and learn so many things about some facts I dropped there. And you can also browse to learn more. So you click on the link with the word social studies classwork, and you do your classwork. Make sure you choose the correct answer, and please, the classwork is based on short answer. Try to spell your words your words, you spell them very well, and be very careful of your spacing. So I'll see you soon. Stay at home and stay safe. Have a nice day.